doing? You doing straight? You doing all right? You sure? You sure? Now, don't be lying to me. If you ain't all right, you got to let me know. I'll talk about what you want to talk about, but you got to let me know so I can talk about it, okay? All right. So, today was a good day. Today was a very positive day. But today isn't the day that I want to talk about. I want to talk about something that happened yesterday. Now, before I go into the thing that happened yesterday, I got to give just a little tidbit of backstory. So, I'm the type of person that believes in, you know, the spiritual realm, spirit guides, your ancestors, you know, the Most High. You know, I talk about it like that. Of course, if, you know, you grew up in the South, you know, they all about church and Christianity and all that, and I grew up in all of that. But when I came to my own understanding as I got older, I began to interpret things a lot different. So the way that I look at stuff now is pretty much, I ain't gonna say it's super far off, because I feel like all these religions really just, they got the same basis, if you will. It's just different. People want to do different shit. But for me, with me believing in everything that I believe in, I also believe in signs. I'm almost like OD when it comes to like, oh, there's a meaning for that. Oh, there's a reason for that. But every time I've ever had a feeling like, oh, I need to look this up, or oh, I need to look more into that to see what this means, every time I've done that, it's always been something good. It's always been something that I needed to hear in the moment. And I feel like maybe Spirit was trying to get in touch with me or get in contact with me before, and I wasn't really paying attention. I wasn't taking heed to the messages as I should have been. And their way of getting my attention is to work in the nature, to do something with nature, because they know that I pay attention to shit outside. Like, I'm so tapped in, I pay attention to all kinds of shit in the nature. Like, we live in the country, and we live pretty much, most of the streets are like, traffic goes one way this way and goes one way the other way, right? So it's kind of like highway type shit. And even though it's highways and stuff like that, and you going like 55 to 65 to 70 miles per hour, my ass going that fast on the road will still be able, yeah, baby, I will still be able to point out a caterpillar going across the street right in front of me. I just pick up on that shit. I'm always able to see it. And if I see something like that, I'm always like, okay, there's a reason why I saw that. There has to be a reason why I seen it. I need to look it up. There was a situation before that happened. It's been a couple situations, but 3 that I can think of right now is, there was one time where like a week straight, I saw nothing but turtles. I kept seeing turtles. Like, every time I would go somewhere, turtles would be on the side of the road. They'd be in the middle of the road. They'd be crossing the street, something. I just kept seeing turtles. So I looked it up. Then there was another time, where I kept seeing like dead raccoons on the side of the road. I could not see a live raccoon for nothing, but on the side of the road, it was like this one day, all day that day, I seen like 7 dead raccoons on the side of the road. And I was like, why the fuck am I seeing, there go the man spraying for the bugs. I was like, why the hell am I seeing all these raccoons? Trying to keep the cussing out, the baby in the bag, and just trying to keep the cussing out. But anywho, and then just recently, we had 3 white moths in the house. Like, it was just random, and it wasn't all in one day. I think it was like within the span of a week, there ended up being like 3 white moths inside the house. And I looked that up, and like I said, every time I look stuff up, it always gives me what I need. So with me saying all of that, yesterday I was working on what I'm working on, right? I'm getting into a new business venture. I'm taking a leap of faith, if you will, and doing something that's not out of my comfort zone, but it's going to require a lot more work out of me than my normal. And that's okay, because I feel like you should be able to put that work in for some shit that you're doing on your own independently. If you can get your ass up and go clock in at a job, because you know if you don't get up and go clock in, you're gonna get fired, and you go hard for that job, I feel like you should go just as hard, if not harder, for your own shit, for your own business. So ever since this retrograde started that we in right now, I've been going hard in the paint working on my shit. And when I found out that the retrograde was coming up, I was like completely shocked, for one, because usually when a retrograde is coming, I feel it. I've started to feel a kind of way. I feel like there's things that I need to go over, stuff that I need to work on. And as the retrograde is doing what it's doing while it's retrograding, I'm just chilling. I'm not really on social media like that. I'm not really trying to communicate with people like that. I'm definitely not trying to sign any contracts or do anything legally binding or anything like that. I'm just chilling. I'm letting the retrograde do what it do, and I'm feeling all the feels so that when I come out of it, I can do what I need to do for the greater good of me and my family, right? But this time it was different. I didn't feel anything coming on. Everything that I was doing, it didn't feel like I needed to slow down. It felt like I needed to really amp it up. Like the momentum needed to stay where it was at the good pace that it was at. And it needed to kind of like be amped up a little bit. So I've been doing all of that, but Shawty is tired, okay? Shawty is tired. When I tell you, having these 2 under 2 and then trying to get my own business up off the ground, whoo, child. It is some work in itself, but I'm doing it. I am doing it, and everything is working. So yesterday, and I'm losing my light, but we're gonna try to get this thing going. Yesterday, I was working. It was some stuff that I figured out on the computer, and I was like, oh, this is really gonna change the game for me. I really want to do this. And right when I got into that mode, both of my kids start acting up, and I was just like, oh man, I really want to get into this. I really want to do this. Like, I don't want to take my attention away. I feel like I'm gonna forget the ideas and all of this different shit. But I was like, you know what, it's okay. For whatever reason, something told me, girl, go sit your ass down for a little bit, go chill, it's all good, just go chill out for a little bit. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna listen, I'm gonna go chill, because eventually they're gonna go to sleep. It was getting later in the evening. They were getting ready to go to bed soon, and I was like, you know what, it's all good. I'm gonna chill with my babies. Once they get to sleep, I'm gonna get back on this computer. So we went in the room, went into the bedroom, we was chilling. The sun was setting, and then all of a sudden I looked in the backyard and I saw a bunny. Now mind you, like I said, I live in the country. I see all kinds of shit, all kind of animals, wildlife, all kind of shit. I done seen wolves, snakes, deers. I've seen rabbits in the area where I live. Lizards, you see all kinds of shit. Now, like I said, I've seen rabbits before, but I've never, in the 3, almost 4 years that I've lived in the area where I'm living at, I've never seen a rabbit in the backyard. Never caught that shit. Never. So when I seen it, I was like, wait, is that a bird? Is that a squirrel? What the fuck is that? And it just kept jumping. I was like, oh, it's a bunny. It's a cute little brown chocolate looking bunny. So of course, yeah, baby. So of course, me and the toddler back there, you know, I grab her all the time, and I'm always telling her to come look out the window, come look at the birdies and stuff like that. And I was like, baby, come see the bunny, come look at the bunnies. So I'm telling her about the bunnies. We looking at the bunny. Something must have startled the bunny. When something startled it, and I'm hoping my little one don't start crying when my car stopped, but whenever something startled it, it scurried off into these bushes that we got behind our house. After it did that, the bushes kept moving and shit, and then the bunny came back out. And I was like, oh, baby, look, it's right there. It's right there. And then as I was looking, I was like, wait a minute. That ain't the same bunny. That's a whole different bunny. I said, oh, shoot. It's a whole gang of bunnies in the bushes. So I'm just getting animated with my daughter, having a good time. We laughing. She, you know, it's just a really good time. And, yeah, baby. After we seen them and they finally went in the bushes and the bushes kind of just settled and they were gone, that was it. That was the night. But I kept having it in the back of my head. I was like, for whatever reason, I need to look and see, what does it mean when you see bunnies? What does the bunny spirit animal mean? Because when animals come to me, I pretty much look at that as like a spirit animal. And I'm like, that somebody around me or some spirit is coming in the form of this animal and they want me to know something. So let me look into it. So I looked into it. And of course, you know, I'm reading it or whatever. And it said something about luck. Now, if you know anything, you know, I know back in the day they did this. I don't really see this too much now. But if you know anything about rabbit's feet, then you know that people used to have a keychain with the rabbit foot on it, and they used to keep it on their keys and stuff. Or they just used to have it, you know, like a little rabbit foot keychain. It was like, this is my lucky rabbit foot. I take this to the casino, or I use this to use the toenail to scratch off my lottery tickets or whatever, right? Now, I don't want to cut up no rabbits. I don't want to take no rabbit feet or nothing like that, the little foots or nothing. But it was just talking about luck. It was like, you are getting ready to step into a very lucky time. You are also getting ready to step into a very fertile time. Now, of course, when I seen the fertile, I said, whoa, now back up. Now, your girl just did that 2 years in a row, 2 under 2. I can't be having no more babies. But I had to stop because I had to remember, when you're speaking with like spirit and how they, try to get you to interpret stuff, you have to think of fertility as not you physically giving birth, but you actually giving or putting enough attention, not enough attention, but putting attention into something that you pretty much look at as your baby. And that's how I look at this business. I look at this business that I'm doing right now as my baby. I'm putting so much into it. I love it. I'm having so much fun doing it. Everything is looking good. Everything is coming across the way that it needs to. I just need to be more consistent. And I have been being consistent, but the thing that trips me up is when I'm trying to do stuff in the middle of the day and I have the kids and I can't really get to it like I want to. And it bothers me a little bit, but I'm getting over it. I'm understanding that it's just me doing this. It's not a team behind me. It's not a whole bunch of people. It's not somebody, I don't have no nanny and nobody to watch my kids. I don't live close to no family, so they can watch my kids. My oldest is in school, so she's not really around like that. But even though with all of that going on, I'm still getting shit done, right? So I was looking at that and I was just like, wow, this is amazing. Like, this is what I really needed to hear in this moment. This is what I really needed to read. This is the message that I needed, because I did ask Spirit for a sign when it came to this business venture. And I was like, just give me something. Just give me a little bit of something so that I won't stop. Because what happens is, sometimes when things get really tough, or if I got to do a whole bunch of work by myself and it's just me, I tend to stop. And it makes me think about that meme that I used to see a lot of times online, and you probably seen it too, where it's the two men and they digging for diamonds. And one man is digging, and he still got a lot to go. And the other man, he been digging, and he pretty much only got to dig one more time, and he gonna hit them diamonds, but he decide he want to turn around. Don't do that. Do not stop going. Right when you feel like you shouldn't be doing it no more. Ooh, child. The phone off of the thing. Hold up. Let me get it back. Anywho, like I was saying, I'm gonna just hold it because I'm about to get out of here real quick. But in conclusion, what I'm going after is, anytime that you feel like something is not worth it and you feel like you just doing it, and you're not reaping no rewards, baby, don't stop. Do not stop. Trust me. You are right where you need to be. You are right where Spirit wants you to be. And you need to believe that. Again, like I said, I don't have no team behind me. It's just me. And a lot of times that's how it's going to be, especially in the very beginning. You got to understand that sometimes you ain't going to have no team because nobody believes in your dream as much as you do. Don't nobody see the vision. You see the vision. So, of course, you might not have nobody behind you to help you because it ain't nothing for them to get out of it. It ain't nothing for them to gain. So you'll probably get that help when people feel like they can gain something out of it. But other than that, be on your grind. Don't stop. Don't give up, in the words of Yo Gabba Gabba, goddammit. So, saying all of what I said in conclusion with everything, I felt like that message was right on time. I thank Spirit for that message. I was super thankful. And now I'm just passing it on to you. It's getting super dark now. I know you can barely freaking see me. But, yeah, man, I'm sharing this message because I know somebody out there is probably trying to do something new or trying to venture out into something, and they at that breaking point where they like, I don't know if I should keep going. I feel like I should keep going, but then I feel like I should stop. Baby, don't stop. Because trust me, right now where I'm at with everything that I'm doing, even with this YouTube stuff, and I've been on here now for 2 years, I don't really have no type of following. I don't have nothing. But to be honest, me with doing YouTube, I do it because it's fun. I do it because it's a release for me. It's almost like therapy. It's something that I've always wanted to do since like 2009, 2010, and I never did it. And now I'm actually putting in that work and I'm doing it. It's okay that I'm not making no money from it. I'm totally fine with that because you know what I say? Eventually, if it's meant to be, it's gonna be. If it's meant for me to get monetized, then I will be monetized. But until then, my friend, I'm going to keep going within and pulling all the goods out and giving it to y'all the way that I do it. And we're going to be straight and we're going to be good. Do you feel me? Okay? So, yeah, man. Do what you do first and foremost out of love. Don't do it because it's giving you, you know, something physical. Do it because it's giving you something that's helping your mental. I'd rather you do something that's really helping your mental and feeding and stimulating your soul than you to be out here trying to do stuff for clicks and likes and monetization and all of that stuff. Like I said, I've been doing this YouTube thing now for 2 years. I'm just now being consistent now. Who's to say if I was consistent 2 years ago where I would be right now? But that ain't the point. The point of the matter is for me to set small goals for myself and for me to crush them shits. And one of my small goals was for me to be more consistent when it comes to putting out information or just putting out any type of video that I want to put out. I just want to be consistent with the shit. Because if I know that if I can be consistent in this and it's not bringing me anything but just pure joy, when I'm actually out there doing stuff that brings me the money, I know for one, I'm going to be consistent because I'm already working on that and I'm doing good. That's number one. I'm going to be consistent. Number two, I'm going to reap so many rewards because I just got that work ethic in me and I got it in and it's bringing me so much joy. So first and foremost, do shit that brings you joy. It brings you joy. It don't bring you nothing else but joy. Then let the money come on in. Let them coinages. I know you can't really see me, but then let that stuff flow in there. Trust me. Love what you do just out of doing it. Don't worry about nothing else. Well, my baby about to get upset. It's getting a little warm up in here. I've been talking for a little bit. I got to put the radio back on, get some air flowing up in here. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for showing up for yourself. I love you. Take care of yourself. Drink your water. Mind your goddamn business. I fucking love you, bruh. And I'm out.